Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Go West Comedy Online Edition. I am Ben McLean, and I have here with me the fantastic Simone Hudson. And we are here for our third ever online edition of Go West Comedy. So we know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, aren't there live comedy shows again in Berlin?
We want more.
There are some. And if you want to go to the venue where we normally do our show, we want you to know that they have started resuming the different shows there. So don't hesitate to check out some of the great drag that they've got on and stuff. And they really have good social distancing setups. But Simone and I were thinking we're maybe just going to do one more show online, or maybe more, who knows? Because let's admit it, the weather outside is kind of crappy, and it's not bad to be stuck inside, doing whatever you want, wearing whatever you want. And I also just heard there's bubonic plague in China. So, you know, maybe online shows, not such a bad thing. Simone's got her. What are you drinking, Simone?
Cheers. I'm drinking Campari and orange.
Oh, wow, that's super fancy. This is iced tea out of a plastic bottle and vodka. So,
I think that's quite fancy.
Cheers. Posh.
The two together, the two evening drinks.
Very nice. Do you want to tell the folks a bit about what we've got lined up?
Oh my God, we have a show. So we're focused because the last show was in June, but we focused more on Black Lives Matter, and we wanted to focus more on Pride because it's like a post-Pride celebration. So we've got a full LGBTQIA+ lineup, and we're super excited. We're also going to talk a wee bit about our Pride experiences or favorite moments, and we've got lip sync battle, we've got quizzes, we've got prizes to be won, and we've got 4 fabulous comedians, and we've got little celebrities dropping in. Hello. You know surprise. What that means. And so we're also it's a donation show. If you like, you can donate if you've got some money. I know it's a hard time. But we would like to, usually we donate to AHA or other organizations, but we this week wanted to donate to GLAD, G-L-A-D-T. It is an organization in Berlin run by Black, Indigenous persons of color, and LGBTQIA folk. They focus on topics of multiple discrimination and intersectionality. So all discrimination topics like racism, sexism, trans and homophobia, and disability discrimination. So we just thought it would be a really cool organization to donate to. So all your donations, we'll put up a PayPal. There it is, right there. And then we'll remind you throughout the show, and that's going to go to the Go West PayPal account, but then it's all going to be transferred to their trust is there. I can feel the trust.
And this way, exactly. we'll be working hard for your money throughout the show, and yes. We'll be watching to see if those donations are coming in as well. So please, as Simone said, if you do have a bit of cash to spare, then help us support this important charity here in Germany. But to keep the mood light, I know personally, I myself am missing Pride. I know there was a big parade in Berlin week before last, and people still had an opportunity to celebrate and protest, and that was wonderful. And that's all super important, the political side. I'll be honest with you, I kind of miss the silly fun, hanging out with friends and just feeling good and forgetting about all the crazy stuff in the world side of Pride. And so what I wanted to do was show you some photos of Pride experiences of mine ever since I was a wee boy. And we can look over those. Simone, actually, just so you know, it's gonna come up very quickly.
Okay,
and we won't be visible, but we'll still be audible for everybody.
Okay.
So I don't know, probably everyone remembers their first Pride. My first Pride, I was 18 years old, And I went to Toronto. I'm from Eastern Canada, from a very small village. And a friend and I, we saved up money. We got on a discount airline. We went to Toronto for my very first Pride when I was 18 years old. And this, you just are going to see that the studliness has been a lifelong trend in my life here. This is me at Pride. Yeah.
That's amazing.
This is Ben with, this is, you know, an Instagram star in the making. This is my close friend I went with, but I don't want to put her up online without having her permission. So she's gorgeous, and of course was an important part of that Pride experience. But yeah, we were both like goody two shoes.
Don't worry about all the other people around you, though.
Well, I know, you know. You know what though? Like something tells me that these goth chicks are probably like MBA students and consultants and stuff now and whatever. So, but yeah, this was my first Pride in Toronto, and we couldn't even drink. And my friend and I were such goody two shoes. We were like, oh, we won't even try to get in the bars and stuff. So, but that was the first photo. This was a photo I found when I was going through my pictures. It's me and Oprah Winfrey, but that's another story. That's for another time.
Are you kidding? No.
It's Simone. Look closely at Oprah. She's very still. Okay, you were really.
I'm too gullible.
I've dragged friends to so many wax museums, and I have so many photos like that. You're gonna be super impressed next time you come over. I'll show you all the pictures. No, but where's my next Pride?
Brad Pitt. Yeah,
Angela. Exactly. Well, I don't have Angelina. I have a Britney. I think I have a Britney Spears. I have a Madonna, but I don't want to brag. Anyhow.
Yeah. Okay.
So then this was a Pride. This was when I organized a float for this was secondary organized float here in Berlin with the Canadian government. So that was really cool. And I lived my Berlin fantasy and DJ'd, because if you haven't DJ'd at least once in Berlin, then do you exist? So are you really a Berliner? So that was that. And I wanted to wrap things up with perhaps the best Pride memory yet, with a certain very fabulous, very sexy Simone Hudson. So
we're in the same outfit.
Are you really? That's hilarious. Okay, that's too funny. And so that's just a couple. What was it, last year? Maybe it was even last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were volunteering at the AHA booth at Strassenfest, which I absolutely love. It's such a great time. So I just wanted to share with you some memories, because I think that's what Pride is about too. It's about the activism, but it's also about having a good time and laughing and being silly, maybe having a bit too much to drink and doing some things that you regret and all that kind of stuff, or don't regret, you know. That is Pride. So
that picture ties into my favorite time in Pride would be with you, because we had some bubbles, aka sect, and made mimosas, and then we just handed out these flyers, and we could just talk to everyone, and it was super fun. But what I did want to say is influential people to me growing up. So when I was 7 or 8, I used to go to my grandparents' town, which is a small town, but they have a sound shell, which we AKA is a stage. And it would have been my first ever comedy live set of seeing the New Zealand Top Twins. I don't know if anyone's heard of the Top Twins, but they were two sisters, two queer sisters, and they were awesome. So they did country music / comedic sort of music, and just funny sort of sketches, and they were my icons for a long time. And they were also huge LGBTQIA activists since the 1970s, and really pushed for the homosexual law reform, I think they called it. And they've also been very active with political issues and things like that. So really cool people. In New Zealand.
So, and I always feel like you're the one who brings the show back to actual important topics. I'm I remember the time I got drunk, or and you're I was moved by these two people.
I'm too serious. Maybe that's why.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's good. I mean, you bring us back to reality. You still have a drink though, if you want.
Yeah. Yes, let's have a drink.
So, but now it's time after those Pride memories, we are going to start with our first contest for everybody watching. So the way this works, for those of you who have not done this before, is we are going to play 3 clips that a certain Simone Hudson stars in. She's going to introduce them in a moment. And when all 3 songs are done, so please wait until the end of all the 3 songs, then you just have to comment on the video that you're watching and put all of the 3 songs in one comment. Pretty easy, right? And I'm just going to say, last time, we were very flexible with people. It took them a while to get the songs. And so just like open your Wikipedia, people, once Simone reveals who the artist is that she's performing. And then you can win some incredible prizes. It's pretty amazing and very easy.
And just as we would like to say that again, if you can listen to all the songs and then write each name of the song, so you get the right name of the song and put them in the order and send all 3 together, and then you've won. And also, please comment, please heckle, please tell us you're there. Just somebody there. Is anyone there?
That we're not. That there are 9 of you. We see you. There are 9 people watching at least. So we'd like to hear if how your evening is going, what you're drinking, and what you're wearing or not.
Nothing.
Very good. Okay, so Simone, I'm gonna start to get your stuff queued up.
Okay, and I'll tell you tonight. Then I'm going to be David Bowie. That's right, guys. This should be easy for a lot of you because David Bowie is one of the all-time top musical artists. I think he got voted the best. Anyway, I just quickly run through. There is Bowie commissioned a few people to reenact some of the songs. So there's one about a hungry dominatrix woman by the name of Queen. That gives you a little hint. There is one about a person sick of dressing or looking like the gender they are or are supposed to be. And then I had to, David Bowie's going to turn in his grave, but he brought Trump back. We have brought Trump back, yeah. Although David Bowie didn't want to give him the platform, it's just too easy to make fun out of his ridiculousness. Okay, so we're all going to laugh at him. Yeah.
Very good.
David Bowie's back from the dead as well. I love David Bowie. Let's do this. Oh Lord.
She's an old-time ambassador, sweet talking, mind-blocking games. Oh, she's known in the darkest clubs for pushing ahead of the dames. If she says she can't do it, then she can't do it. She don't make calls games. But she's a queen, such your laughter is such in the brains. Now she's beating them on, and you're laying right now. She's leading them on, and you're laying right now. But it could have been me, yes, it could have been me. Why didn't I say? Why didn't I say? That's another in the world. Not sure if you're a boy or a girl. Hey, babe, your hair's alright. Hey, babe, let's go out tonight. You like me and I like it all. We like dancing and we look divine. You know fans when they play it on. You want more when you want it on. Put you down, say I'm gone. Exactly. Now I'm on. Rebel, rebel, put on your dress. Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess. Rebel, rebel, I could play low. Hot tramp, I love you so. Baby, would you like to love?
Okay.
Okay, that was a little,
There
I
we
think,
go.
I don't know, for me, the, was it a little off with the catch-up internet, or is it just me?
Okay. Now, don't be pulling excuses out, Simone, if your lip syncing was a bit off.
Well,
No.
the dominatrix ended with eating an apple, but for me, it got a little broken up. But yeah, she was hungry, so she got some apples out of her boobs. Just to explain the ending there. Not sure if it came out.
The
But,
videos they require a lot of artistic interpretation. So yeah. So Simone, for those of you who don't know, Simone introduced the lip sync battles to our live Go West shows. She's a lip syncing phenomenon, and we're kind of doing it in a modified way for these online shows. So let's see. Okay, one person answered.
You're very close.
Very close.
Mm.
Yep. There's just the song. There's one song, the song in the middle. You need. There's the song in the middle might
cut
have
off that 90. There's no need for the 90.
If we can coach you towards a correct answer on that one. Anyone else have any guesses what the 3 songs were? You have 2/3 of the answers already been provided. We don't encourage cheating, but you can jump in if you want to. I think in this case, Simone, I start to feel a sense of pity for people a little bit.
Yes.
So I think Maja is the winner then.
All right.
I think we win. But just to be clear, the songs were Queen Bitch, Rebel Rebel, and Fame. Okay, so that is that's how that. What are the amazing prizes that Maja has won?
So we have got for you. What should we match that one with? Matching? Would you like matching or not? No, not matching. Okay, I heard you. That's what I thought of. Okay, so we have. No, I can't hear you. Because I was sort of like missing Schwartz and the parties there that they have, or drag shows, whatever. And we talked about it recently, Madonna Mania. How awesome would that be to be back in there doing a bit of dance moves to Madonna? So here we go, channeling Madonna.
Wow, very snazzy.
Around her hands. And then matching, well, not matching. You can text me if you want matching. I have purple. Some nail polish, and then we have a trendy mask. It's not a medical mask. Not a medical mask. Don't go to hospital and be a doctor with that one.
Don't sue Go West if you get sick. Yeah.
No, you can wear it in Schwartz. Maybe that's cool. I mean, mask is going to be cool. And some chocolate. Everyone needs some chocolate.
And
we'll send that to you
on top of it.
If you send us your address, we'll send that out to you. Rebel. Here we go. She's got them all. She's got them all.
Okay, good. Technically, we're like, if anyone challenges us in a court of law, we're good. Congratulations, Maza or Maja. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. And please drop us a line, send us a message at Go West Comedy on Facebook, and that's how we'll know where to send your goodies to you. So now we're going to keep moving right along, and we have our first performer who, this is going to be a bit of a hybrid performance. We're going to have a bit of a live component and an awesome video too. So let me get him geared up here. He is someone who performed at Go West. Yeah, sure. I'll bring him in, and then we can maybe chat with him a little bit. And
we have
hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Yay, there. We can hear you.
There I am.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you so much for having me, y'all. I saw your lush drinks. I also have a lush drink. I'm drinking water with frozen raspberries.
Oh, that is lush. That is lush. It looks delicious.
Water with frozen raspberries.
We gotta get fancy here.
We are living
the dream, the porn dream.
Very good.
So I'll do a quick intro. So HP Love Shaft, stage name, right? Yes, has been performing for drag shows as drag king in Berlin and London. He's very well known, and he's also an astrophysicist. Can I say that? Training to be.
I don't know how much of an astrophysicist I am now, but
you're it. And has a fabulous sense of humour. And we've had him in Go West before, and we loved it. So,
and you didn't learn your lesson the first time, so
there we go.
It's all yours.
It's all mine. Thanks so much for having me back. Thank you for having me back. Yeah, howdy, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the show. As Simone said in that absolutely lovely intro, my name is HP Love Shaft. I know it's not a very common name. Family changed it in the 14th century. No, I stole that joke from Mel Brooks, and I stole the name from my ex. Actually, my ex came up with that. So other people's jokes are gonna really feature heavily in this evening. But I got the name in my in the divorce from my ex. He got the cat, so I thought it was like a fair little trade-off. As Simone mentioned, I occasionally study physics, and I also do drag. I'm a drag king, which is why I'm wearing this pretty makeup tonight, because I couldn't come out with a naked face. But when I do drag king makeup for the stand-up crowd just sort of goes, and they try to process and they can't with the words. So but yeah, I'm a drag king astrophysicist, which is something that my Jewish parents are very proud of. It's like being a doctor or a lawyer, but without any of the money or respectability. And and people ask me a lot what a drag king is, because I guess they can't extrapolate from incomplete data. You know what a drag queen is, but yeah, there's two kinds of people in the world: those who can extrapolate from those incomplete data. And that's on the subject of other people's materials, that's an old physics joke. But yeah, so I mentioned ex-husband, who I got the name from. I'm a boy type homo, which sometimes surprises people to learn. They can smell the homo from like a mile off, but they tend to mistake me for a lesbian, which is fair. Like, there's more lesbians than transsexuals, and honestly, I find it really flattering because lesbians are like the most competent people on the planet. So like right now in the apocalypse, I hope you found a quarantine lesbian, because that's the only way that any of us are going to survive. But and there are a lot of like aesthetic similarities. We've got like similar haircuts with like the twink and dyke aesthetic with like the flannel and like the shorts. It's very similar. Like, I understand. But sometimes when people make the mistake, it really just baffles me. Like, it happens sometimes on like dating sites like Grindr, which if there's like any straight people or priests in the audience, Grindr's like delivery for dick. They say that it's a dating site. That's not true. In a dating site, you email back and forth for like 3 months. You go get a coffee sometime. You never speak to each other again. That's a dating site, right? Grindr is delivery for dick. It's like, what are you doing 10 minutes ago? It's amazing. It's phenomenal. But yeah, sometimes I get mistaken for a lesbian there. It's very confusing. I just try to imagine this poor confused woman. Oh my God, it's full of men. But yeah. So as you can tell from this diatribe, and from the subtle hint of the chain on the wall, this is a sex positive sort of character that you found yourself stuck with, and and also nerdy, which is not surprising if you've ever I think it was Margaret Cho that made the observation that people at Star Trek conventions and people at Renaissance fairs and people who play Dungeons and Dragons are all the same sort of group of people. Nerds are kinky, excuse me, and people who are at fetish conventions are all the same sorts of people because nerds are kinky. You go to any dungeon, it's basically the local D&D group. Dungeons, yeah, it's right there in the name. Go figure. But I sometimes forget that the relationship doesn't go, in both directions. So like, you go to the local fetish party, you will find nerds. You go to the physics lounge at the local university, you will find nerds, and many of them may be kinky, yes, but they're not all necessarily understanding themselves, right? These are like 18-year-olds away from home from the first time. They don't fucking know themselves that well yet. And I found this out the hard way because, as you can tell from my dulcet nasal tones, I'm from America. I'm really glad that this is live, so I can't hear anybody try to cheer for that because it's very embarrassing when you do. Please do not. American't. We are not about that. We are rightfully embarrassed of our passport. And, but I do wear I am, insufferably open and loud, and, we wear our heart on our sleeves. And so, the way that I found out that the kinky nerdy relationship is not necessarily a equivocacy, that you cannot assume one from the other necessarily, was I was in the physics lounge and I had my toy bag with me. My toy bag, by the way, let me just paint you a picture. You've got your toy bag when you go to the dungeon party, right? You got a bag with the floggers and the dicks and all that. Mine is a Samsonite briefcase. It's a black leather briefcase, and it's held together by a strappy belt. It's very visually evocative. And so I bring this thing into the physics lounge, and of course, within a second, someone goes, "HP, what you got in the bag?" And without thinking, I go, "It's a bag of dick. That's my suitcase full of dicks, of course." And a hush falls over the physics lounge. The children are terrified. I've traumatized them. And I start, it's very deeply autistic, as you might be able to tell. It's the ADHD flavor, like Doritos, different flavors of autism. And yeah, the hush falls over the physics lounge, and the social algorithm kicks in. Oh, we've made it awkward. We better diffuse it with some comedy. We're going to make a joke. You guys can see how well that's been going tonight. So, you know firsthand how this is going to go. And I look around and I go, "Oh, come on, guys. Don't be that way. Come on. I know. Listen, we all studied physics. I know we're all masochists." And I tell you, not a single one of them laughed. Much like tonight. Thank you so much. You've been wonderful.
We are going to get HP Love Chef's video geared up here now. Another little treat here. Okay, let's do this.
That was a fabulous set. Thank you, HP. Very funny. I was laughing all the way through. Little could you hear me.
Okay, off we go. We are all set.
Here's Johnny. Oh God, eat me up for breakfast. You think you look good in whatever they sugarcoat you in. If my body is a temple, you can watch it on my fever and I kick you in the teeth, son. So even when you're spitting blood, you would save a thought for me. Cause I got so glad I am the world for ransom. Lord, me more than bad, thank God I'm handsome, so handsome.
I'm Lois, a mistress of the night.
And I am Johnny Bravo, a mister of the universe.
I know I should be picking up the pieces, but it doesn't really matter, it's what you got it when you got Livestream-Video. Catch me if you can.
Hey there, Spanish senorita. Just bragging to say love.
'Cause I got so that I have the world for ransom. Lonely born and bad, thank God I'm handsome.
Who's that handsome guy? Hello, 911 emergency. There's a handsome guy in my house. Oh, crap. Wait a second, cancel that. It's only me.
I'm as awful as they come, oh, what a pity. So thank the Lord that I am pretty, so pretty. So pretty. So pretty.
How many times do I have to tell you I have a boyfriend?
Well, you look like the kind of girl that could use two.
Well, I got so down I held the world for ransom. Lonely, born and bad, thank God I'm handsome. Well, that's repossessing and disarming. Whoa, what a stroke of love that I am charming. Well, I hand it out, hold me back a minute. And say the Lord's word that I am free, so free.
Well, hello, shiny mamas.
We are two enticing females who wish to commence dating rituals with you.
Usually I like to make the first move. Well, let me think about it. Okay, I thought about it. Well, let's motor.
Love it. Fantastic. That was HP Love Shaft. And I don't know, it just, the show is getting sexier and sexier and sexier.
That is how you do a lip sync, isn't it?
That's how you do it, I know.
That's how you. We're learning.
So
Thank
when
you
you're a
so
professional, don't get me wrong, you're a professional, but it is always incredible to see someone who
I have
does
to
it
say,
night after
yeah,
night.
I loved that, and I have to say, like, doing it live, doing a lip sync live, is so much easier and so much more rewarding than filming it by yourself, by your lonesome. But thank you so much, HB Love Shaft. It was so nice to see you and have you on the show. Here's the deets.
And exactly, yeah. You can check out HP on Instagram. And I just wanted to take a moment to remind everybody about our charity that we're supporting tonight. So we are supporting GLAD, working with Black, Indigenous, people of color folks in the queer community in Germany. So if you would give generously, we will pass all of that money along tonight to that great charity. We have had the first donations roll in. Thank you very much for that. PayPal has not crashed yet, though, under the weight of the donations. I'll put it that way. So if you're hesitating, please go and click that link and send some money so we can pass that right along to GLAD for you folks. So now we are going to bring up our next performer, and he is someone from a very glamorous place in Canada. He is from Cobourg, Ontario. It's Jake Vanderham. Hey, Jake, how's it going?
Hey, I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Yes, Cobourg. Where did you find
I was
that?
looking
I'm from Cobourg.
on Facebook, where anyone
Oh,
stops.
Stalking.
Yeah,
We do our work.
And Cobourg is near such glamorous towns as Port Hope, Port Britain, and Wesleyville. I can't say any of those. I'm sure are all places you should have on your bucket list. If you're going to. Absolutely. No, but seriously, Jake is doing comedy and musical comedy here in Berlin. How long have you been living in Berlin for, Jake?
Exactly. No, that's a punchline to a joke from with this as the question, the setup. When I have to say in real life, I've been in Berlin since March 2018.
Okay, cool. So just celebrated your 2-year anniversary. Very good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Still
awesome.
loving it?
Well, you're
still loving it?
Still loving it. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's
Yeah.
it takes a long time to put roots down in a place, and once those roots are drinking water and have broken through the layers of trash and substrate, then life can be good.
Flourish.
Yeah.
Berlin's no Coburg, Ontario, but it's still
Exactly.
it's still pretty
It's
good. So
it's still a German name with a lot of white people.
there you go.
Yes.
There's some in the Venn diagram. There we go.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Well, we will
What do you think? Yeah.
we will pass the floor over to you because your sound sounds wonderful. So we're looking forward to your performance.
Nice.
Everyone out there, please welcome all the way from Canada, Jake Vanderham.
Thank you. I'm playing a piano really just for the visual effect at the moment, but it just gives me something to do, because usually I have music in my sets to underscore my thoughts, as I like to call them. So it's just a dramatic effect. In answer to your question, though, Ben, I don't know what to say when people ask me why I moved to Berlin. So now when they pop the question, I just reply, exactly. That usually shuts them up. I was riding my bike the other day on the street and a car drove by me, alarmingly close. So I looked the driver right in the eye and I yelled, "Whoopsie." Share the roads, folks. I think one of my least favorite sounds in the world is the sound of my grandmother's voice asking for water in the night. The only thing I hate more than that is refilling her humidifier. God bless. Knowing your strengths isn't a weakness, as they say. It's a strength. That one fell off the screen a little. Did you know that small animals need more sleep than larger animals? So if you were to say, for example, I slept like a horse last night, well, then you didn't get enough sleep for a human. I come from a long line of bakers in Holland. Most of them died of lung cancer. Does anyone want a brioche? No. The Guardian reported last week that scientists just aren't sure. I was talking to a CEO of a brand new startup last week, and he said, "Jake, when are you going to stop working for your money and let your money start working for you?" And I said, "When are you going to stop making money for your work and start moneying, mister?" He didn't have an answer either. The results of my DNA test came back last week. Turns out I'm part Russian and part taking my time. It's for all those pun lovers out there. When you remember something funny and it makes you laugh out loud, and then the person that you're with says, "Hey, what are you laughing at?" And then you have to change at the very last minute what you were really thinking about, and because it was really how you pooped the perfect letter J earlier that day. And your name's Jake. I once witnessed an Air France pilot have a stroke at his brother's house on Boxing Day. Needless to say, his flying career was over. Next time you do something nice for someone, don't buy them an orchid. It's a travesty of an industry. If your idea of a cozy Friday night is snuggling up with a book on a Friday night, then, well, you're figuratively not alone. You ever wonder where the word squeegee comes from? Comes from the verb squeegeeing. Yeah. My grandma, she thinks I'm a fantastic singer, but in reality, I'm just a fantastic grandson. The other day, a man walked by me on the street and spat on the ground just as I was passing him, and I had to stop, look him in the eye and say, "Excuse me, did you just eat pure nutmeg?" And he did. Could have been clove. Definitely not cinnamon. That's going to be the title of my autobiography. Definitely not cinnamon. The Jake Vanderham story. I was doing some yoga at home the other day, doing an online class, and I just wanted to hang out after in the chat room, but my teacher said, "Jake, we have to leave now." And I said, "No, namaste." But the chat room closed. That was the end of that. You know, if you're ever running late, you could try walking early. It's just true. I was going to sing a song by Elton John, but instead, I almost sang a song by Billy Joel. Well, it's too soon. Is Billy Joel still? No, Billy Joel is, okay. I heard Billy Joel died. Guess we still have some things to look forward to this year. Just kidding. I have nothing against Billy Joel. I think he's a treasure, and he should live forever. So coronavirus. Anyone going to talk about that? Seems like a pretty overhanging theme on all our lives lately. I've never been to a corona party. Someone told me the other day that they don't believe in the coronavirus. I said, okay. They are also a yoga teacher. Does that mean I can trust any yoga teacher? Yes. My mom, she's dating a triathlete now, back in Canada. His name's Abby, but we call him Absy. You know why. Ugh. Oh, God. She sent me a picture of him in a cowboy hat with his shirt off and said, "This is what I'm dealing with." And, well, I haven't spoken to her since. No, I miss her. I miss her so much. I think that's as much story as I can tell for tonight.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Thank you so
I
much
was
for having me.
having
Phil, thanks for having
Yay.
honestly, I find what you do in Berlin is unlike anything anyone else does. And I love it. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's wonderful. So
it's also very soothing.
Thank you.
It's very soothing
Right.
as well as being
Yeah.
funny. So it's like this soothing.
This was the most soothing version I've ever done, and
Right.
it was really nice. Yeah, it was very meditative.
It was. So
Yeah.
Well,
thanks for having me, and hopefully see you in real life, eventually.
life.
Yes,
Yeah,
I hope so.
that's
And I'm
good.
just going to put up apologies, Jake, if your face gets a bit, or can we do it like this? No, I'm going to make sure everybody here sees your socials so they can follow you on Instagram.
yeah.
And Jake posts all kinds of awesome music clips and stuff too. So thanks a lot, Jake. Have a good night.
Thank
See you soon. See you
you.
soon.
Bye.
Okay.
Thanks.
So,
Loved it.
folks, okay. Awesome. We are going to keep steaming right along.
Yes.
It's now my time to shine with the lip sync. The lip sync
Yes,
extravaganza.
and I'm, we have someone that has really stepped up the game with technology and everything. So we're at even. No, actually, Ben won the last one. So we just want to say, well, the last two. So look, it's gonna be a tough one. But we want you to comment.
I'm not going to
on the comments. Get ready to comment. Who are you going to be tonight?
So I'm going to be the one and only George Michael. And so what you folks need to do is like I said, go on freaking Google, okay? Google like George Michael top 5 songs, top 10 songs, okay? I'm giving you all the tips because I didn't pick like ones you've never heard of before. I picked like some of the most popular ones, okay? So remember, you got to wait until all 3 songs are over, and then you put a message in our feed. You post something there with the names of the 3 songs, and you win a prize. It's pretty amazing. So let's get this all geared up to go here. The suspense
Very excited.
Is sure.
George Michael. I did a bit of Wikipedia. He really had a lot of hits, didn't he?
He did. It was hard to channel my
man.
talent to focus on only 3 songs, but I did my best. And
Exactly.
let's see what we got coming up here.
My friends got their ladies that are having babies, but I just want to have some fun. I will play with a detail, baby. I gotta get her in your own sweet time. Let me just say to me that you could help to ease my mind. Baby, I ain't Mr. Right, but if you're looking for fast love, that's the river. There comes an ocean before you throw my heart back on the floor. Oh, baby, I'll reconsider my foolish notion. Well, I need someone to hold me, but I wait for something more. Yes, I gotta have faith. Oh, I gotta have faith. Because I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith.
I think I'm done with the sofa. I think I'm done with the hall. I think I'm done with the kitchen table, baby. Let's go outside in the sunshine. I know you want to, but you can't say yes. Let's go outside in the moonshine.
Take me to the places that I love.
Okay, that was. I'm gonna leave my bum up there for a while, y'all.
Oh my god, I feel so ashamed of my crappy videos. Yours off the hook, Ben. This is just off the hook stuff. I loved it.
Thank you, Simone. No,
I'm gonna
I
make
can't.
you
I
a
can't.
trophy.
I can't match your lip syncing prowess.
Oh, you can. I
But
thought you were very good.
I was happy to have an opportunity to whip my bum out into your garden. But I don't know, like, I don't know if anyone noticed that, like my bum is so white that like the white balance on my phone couldn't handle it. So it's like to know what to do because it got all screwed up. But anyhow, enough about my pale bum. Let's see if someone here. Anya wants my bum. I know that already. Thank you, Anya. Nico's also complimenting my bum. Okay, that was a bit gratuitous. I'm sorry. I'll admit that was just like. Okay, I think we have a winner. Is it the person? Yes.
Nico? Is it Nico?
It is. It's Nico. Congratulations. The songs were Fast Love, Faith, and Outside. So Nico's a longtime fan of the show.
Die-hard fan of George Michael too. There we go.
We will get everything sent over to Nico. That's great. So now we are ready for our next performer.
I really liked the way you did George Michael's facial hair. You really, yeah. Honestly,
mascara is an amazingly powerful thing. So
we have a lot of good comments, good feedback here, Ben. So a lot of gimme and I want you and yummy yummy.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna find love through the lip sync battle, I think. So I'm also
more Ben's bum, says someone special.
Okay, thank you, Anya. Anya knows where to find my bum when she needs it. Okay, well, I'll be in touch with Anya directly about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Anya.
Wait, I just want to show you what prizes that you'll get, Nico.
Sorry. Yes, of course.
Not that it's going to be a surprise, but hey, channeling Madonna Mania. Well, you can wear these anytime, really. Gorgeous. Got some non-matching purple nail polish. And yes, another mask. Look, I'm so creative. Oh, you got to be fair, each one has got to get the same thing. It's not medically, it's not for not catching corona, but it's still sexy. And some chocolate, of course. And I might still have your address because you won another time. This is not a setup. He's got fast off the block. You guys have got to keep up if you want to win prizes. There is competition out there, so know your musicians, let's say. Okay, and so we have our fabulous. I'm so excited because I've got some hints of what this video might be about. But the next performer is a gorgeous friend of both of ours. And she's a top billing comedian. She's also written, directed, produced, starred. I don't know if it's all of that, but it is. She written, directed, produced, starred in her own queer short films. She's in the making of one at the moment, actually. Oh, am I supposed to say anything? No. And along with seeing her on stage doing comedy, she also does improv. What doesn't she do? She's incredible. So please welcome Anya Wucha. I hope I said your last name right. Love you.
Hi everyone. How's everyone doing? Yeah, same. Stay at home, they said. It will be fun, they said. Well, I was bored quite quickly. I even had portraits of all of my guinea pigs made. And little did I know that my brain is going to take every opportunity and all the time during this time to rethink and overthink my life. So I tried out different personalities, different versions of me that I always wanted to be. And the first one was a famous actress. Oh, David, that's such a long story. So the first time I met Sophia, she was still going by the name Margaret. It was at the 22nd Academy Awards when I got my first Oscar. Such a long time ago. The second one was a young woman on spring break. I'm sorry, I looked at the camera. I should look at. Oh no, she's like, oh, it's back. Yeah, I'm a bit clumsy. Yeah, so she asked me, and well, you know, at first I was like, I need a second because I need to talk to Rachel for a session. I just called Rachel and I was like, oh my God, Rachel, guess what happened? And she was like, OMG, what? And I said, yeah. And she was like, man, you should do it. Because I've seen you like have a speech at the, oh, sorry, I'm looking at the camera again. So yeah, so I called Rachel and she said, oh my God, you should totally do it because I saw you once give a speech at a funeral and you were so funny. And I said, oh yeah. And the third one stuck with me like chewing gum onto your shoe on a hot summer's day. I always wanted to be Ariel, the Little Mermaid. But nobody told me how freaking hard it is to be a mermaid in your everyday life. Simple tasks seemed impossible. But I was happy because I could do the one thing that I love the most, my favorite thing of all things in the whole universe. Lying around. But at the end of the day, I realized I should just stay and be myself. And you should too. Bye!
Ooh.
We love you, Anya. Or should I say,
that was fabulous.
speaking in a British accent now, in a perfect British accent. I'm going to put up the information for Anya, in case is anyone out there who would like. I'm kind of sounding like a South African now, I will say. It's fluctuating a little. I'm going to remember that I'm a very posh British person. Here we go. Now that's a bit more posh. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put Anya's information here in case there's anyone who would like to follow her on. And okay, so be sure to look her with your many things that you do online. Please look Anya up online. Now, because again of the difficulties you may be experiencing with the accents, it's now slightly German on my side. So we just, as a point of
David Bowie and George Michael.
Oh no, that's not the right one. Exactly.
George Michael.
There we go. George. The one, the only George Michael, and the only David Bowie.
David
So
Bowie, yes,
this is a moment. What we do at this point of the show is we have an opportunity for everybody who would like to. This accent is wildly fluctuating. I will say this is very difficult.
It's George Michael.
I think.
Germany.
Well, maybe he spent some time in. I know that David Bowie spent time in Germany, so maybe George Michael spent some time in Germany too. You never know. But what we like to do is we have an opportunity for everyone who would like to ask some questions to these famous people, and then you can you can write a question in if you would like to ask George Michael or David Bowie a question, or you can. My accent is versatile, Nico says. Exactly. That's it's
that's a compliment.
in all senses. So David, I have questions for you first.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready to
go. You lived in Berlin at one moment.
I've got my cheat notes. I've got my cheat notes here.
Is there some? Okay. I'm just admiring your get up on your face there, David.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask which neighborhood of Berlin you lived in when you lived here.
Oh Lord, I'm going to go with Neukölln.
It was
Schöneberg. I was going to say Schöneberg next.
Schöneberg. Yes, it's like
I know that they celebrated a bar there on my death. Do you remember?
Yeah, I guess there is. If there's there's a thing on the wall and stuff, and it's I think it's next to like a hair salon and a roasted chicken shop now. So there's all kinds of
quite often there. Yes, I know the one. Yes.
Okay. What was which Somali supermodel did you marry in 1992?
Iman.
Okay, very good. You got that one right. And my last question for you is, which song did you perform as a collaboration with Queen in 1981?
Oh, hang on. Yes, I know this. Under Pressure.
Under Pressure. Okay, not bad. You got 2 out of 3 questions right about your own life. I'm ready for your questions.
Oh, okay, George Michael. Oh, where do I start? I had a lot of questions. I had to put them down. I had too many questions, really. First of all, talking about gay pride, what happened to what happened to you as you were returning home from the Pride Parade one year?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Was he gay? Was he gay bashed? Was I gay bashed?
No, think more that he did something. Yes.
I'm at a loss, David. You're gonna fill me in on this one.
Well, look. You know how many times you've been arrested, George. So you were arrested again under the influence of drugs, and you crashed into Snappy Snaps. Right.
Okay.
And you left the car there. It was in Hampstead, so it doesn't matter. People up there, they've got enough money to pay for Snappy Snaps.
Very good. Who gives a shit about
Yeah.
snappy snaps? Okay, very
Okay.
good. Ne-
I think I went there
Next
many
question.
moons ago. Okay. Who are the two famous, most amazing female singers that you collaborated with and did duets with?
Whitney Houston.
Yes. Great song.
Um, and the other one. Can David give me a clue for the other one?
Yes, yes. Well, she was one of his idols, really, really favorite people he wanted to collaborate with, and he really did. So quite amazing, really. And she's old. I mean, she's soul to the heart. You know, she's got power in her voice. She's pre-Whitney Houston.
She's Aretha Franklin.
Yes, there we go.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good
All
stuff.
right,
Good
last
stuff.
question.
Okay.
What was the name of the only? Sorry, what was the name of? Can't read my own writing. What was the name of the song that its music video, which he didn't star in, but he got a star-studded cast to star in there? He had Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, Linda Evangelista. Probably said that wrong.
Evangelista, excuse me.
Evangelista, there we go. Put that together. Christy Turlington, all models back then, but famous people now. Do you remember the song?
Oh my God! You have to give me some tip. You have to give me some. It's not that I'm looking here at Wikipedia while we chat. So
no, I'm not either. I put away my sheet notes. It's okay. I didn't even get it right anyway. Okay, so
tell me about my own life. Tell me about my own life, David.
Okay. Look, it was a famous song. You know it. It's one of his top 10. It was directed by a very famous director. It's quite a music video, really. I have to go back home and look at it. And what happened when the Berlin Wall came down? What were people? What was there created?
When
any war
you're gonna.
Stops, really. Am I going serious? If any war stops,
like unity. Okay, I'm at too funky. Okay, I'm waiting for people. I'm David's leaving me hanging on this one. I'm gonna have to.
Anyone else know out there what song? No, nobody knows the famous song with all the famous people. No. Okay. Should I just tell you? It was Freedom 90. So earlier we had Freedom. You know the song Freedom. So when we had the lady Marja, she said Fame 90, but that was actually Freedom 90.
Freedom 90.
So she was combining the two artists. Absolutely great.
There we go. Messed up all the time. Okay, fantastic. Good. That was. I'm just trying to see if we have any questions here from. Nico asked what it was like for David to meet Romy Haag when he was here in Berlin, the famous Romy Haag. David, do you remember this or?
Oh, totally, yes, he was gorgeous.
Okay.
No recollection. I think I might have been taking cocaine.
And George asked, "What is?" He said, "I'd like to reckon your rendition of Killer. What is your favorite duo you've ever done?" I'm gonna say, Nico. My favorite duet was definitely the one with Whitney Houston.
Oh my gosh!
Because that's one that I watched on YouTube, like half an hour before this show. So I think that one.
I was so addicted to watch, and you were hot stuff in that. I tell you what.
Let me tell you. Okay. Well, I think we are now ready for the last performer of the night. Oh my gosh. So what I'm going to do is she's been very patiently waiting. Here she is. Hello, Anik. Hello, Anik Adele. Thank you for your patience. We've gotten a bit carried away tonight. Thank you for being back there. You are someone, we've never actually met you in person before. Welcome to Go West. We wanted to have you on stage, but then everything happened and we weren't able to have you at our actual show.
I know.
So
it was quite unfortunate. I would have loved to know how the live show is going.
It's a slightly different form. It's a slightly different format. Yeah. I mean, it's the same level.
All the costumes and everything you guys bring to the table. I'm like, holy shit. All I have is
I
this.
know.
And
Well, you have a
the
microphone.
the costumes, the accents, it's just it's flawless from start to finish. We try to put on
so
a
professional.
Where, speaking of professional, you where are you originally from? Berlin, Nick?
Originally from Berlin, but live in Los Angeles right now. Not right now, because pandemic. But yeah, originally from Berlin, but yeah, I've been living in San Francisco and LA for the past 5 years.
Okay. And doing professional comedy in California and working hard and doing all that stuff that a lot of us here in Berlin dream of. So you're making it happen out there. So it's awesome to have you perform for us in this online show. And without any further ado, we will pass the stage over to you. So here is Anik Adele.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Hi, 3 people. How's it going? Are you still awake? This is Zoom comedy. That's how it's come down to. This is what comedy is now. Like, you can literally see, that I need a filler or something. That's how comedy is going right now. What's nice is I don't hear any laughter. That's another thing comedians have to deal with. We do jokes and then we hear nothing. And we're like, oh, yeah, so nothing has changed, really. That was not different before. Hi, everybody. Yes, originally German. Started comedy in the US because, so much money in it. Not, but here we are. Had to flee the country because pandemic and because no health insurance in the US and health insurance in the Germany. So here I am. It was great doing comedy in the US, though. I would sleep in cars, and not even my cars, any car, just to be able to do comedy. Because it's my dream. It's all I wanted to be, all I wanted to do. I had a high-paying job at a company. I can't name their names for legal reasons, but fuck PayPal. So no, I was working for them, and then I thought, a good salary, like, that's overrated. Let's just do comedy, let's just sleep in cars and not get paid. That's all I wanted to do. My mom wasn't too happy. She's like, Anik, who's gonna pay your rent? I'm like, you? She doesn't. So here we go. Originally from Germany, so of course when I do comedy in the US, I get a lot of shit, from people, because they're like, oh, I didn't even know German comedians existed, because we're not very known for our humor. And when I moved to Berlin, I was like, it's kind of true. Every time I do live comedy now in Berlin, people go, they don't laugh, but they'll clap. She did a good job, right? I'm like, you gotta laugh. It's so funny to me. But then I'm like, I'm German too. I always like make fun of Germans, but then I'm like, yeah, who are you kidding? You're pretty German. This is how I know I'm pretty German. I was sitting in a bathroom recently on the toilet seat, and then I caught myself taking the toilet paper roll out of the holder and putting it on the right way at IKEA. You know what I mean? Like, that's, I was like, yeah, you're German. That's pretty German. And also, I kind of think that I think there is a right way to do, to put the toilet paper roll on. I even like talked to my ex-girlfriend about this. I was like, the loose end has to go on top, okay? She goes, has to go to the, next to the wall so you can squeeze it with your elbow. And then, wait, how do I do this? And I was like, no. And then I went online. I was like, we're going to settle this. And I found out that there's a patent from 1892. Okay, where a guy drew a picture of how the toilet paper roll has to be put on the right way. And it's a little bit embarrassing, but I'm right. So you're welcome. But then I was like, who's putting up a patent? Like, how did that, how did that happen? Did a guy in America go like, all right, sweetheart, this is enough. You're putting on the toilet paper roll the wrong way. She's like, no, it has to go, the loose end to the wall so you can just squeeze your elbow. And he was like, no, it has to be on top. And she goes, no, yes, no. And then he was like, that's it. I'm filing a patent. So I'm filing 2 patents now. It's Die Apfelsaftschorle and Die Nutella. And if you don't know what that means, you haven't lived in Germany. So there we go. I love the silence. It's what I do comedy for. It's my motivation. It's great. I was pretty upset during the pandemic. I'm a hypochondriac, So every time like I feel something on one side of my body, I'm like, fuck, cancer. And then I go immediately to the other side of my body and I'm like, no, I got it over here too. We're good. Like if you have cancer on both sides, you probably should go see a doctor. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm just a hypochondriac. And during the pandemic, I was like feeling my breath. So like, this feels different. This breath is different. That means for sure I have coronavirus. Like every breath, I was getting panic, and people were like, "And you gotta relax, okay? You gotta like meditate or something." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I went online, and the meditation app, first thing the lady says is, "So we're gonna focus on our breath." Isn't that crazy? Thank you, meditation lady. This is going really well, I think. I get so many comments. I love that we saw a couple of singers and video people. This is amazing what you guys pull up. Like, I feel like it's just me and a microphone. That's all I know how to do. I kind of want to be a singer for this reason. Like, if a singer does his job well, he's going to be like, we will. And then everybody will chime in, right? Like, rock you. If a comedian does well, he can't do that. We can't be like, so the other day I went to the supermarket and... I mean, if you do know the joke, then it means I've been telling it too long, How am I doing on time, Ben? It's 10:30.
You're good. You probably got... probably you had like another minute or something if you want. Sure.
Cool. All right, I'll do one more. I'm pretty gay, as you can probably tell. And still, I do want male approval. It's so dumb. Like, I don't want male approval as in, dudes going, oh, you're so pretty. I want male approval in that, a dude will come up to me and be like, hey, what's good, bro? Like that. I mean, not with Corona, but you know what I mean? Like, I want that kind of validation. So dumb. Or when a guy looks at other guys and then looks at me and goes, yeah, us men, right? And I'm like, oh, did you just include me? Us men? And he's like, that was very girly. And he'd like, shut up. It's male approval, also good. Yeah. Like post. And you can send me approval through mail. I'll take it, Nico. Is fine. Let's see. I think that's all I wanted to do for you today.
Well, it was lovely having you.
That was awesome.
100% authentic audience clapping there for you.
Of course.
Just to make you no, but thank you. That was awesome. I'm still thinking about the toilet paper thing because that's one thing that really irritates me more than anything.
Right?
And now there's like a
Yes.
factual basis for it. And I also am on your side of this important argument. So, I mean, hallelujah. We've
Thank
got
you.
How do you even do the elbow? I don't even know how to do an elbow.
Well, you just
How does that
squeeze
even
it
work?
against the wall, you know, like.
I don't want to question the kind of people you're dating, Nick, but I mean, anyhow, this is you know,
Good point.
is there something we got to talk about there? No, I want to put up Nick's social media stuff here. Sorry for blocking your face there, Nick. And there you go. She's a pro. Exactly.
Hi.
So you know she's a professional comedian because she's also on TikTok and doing her thing on there. So you can find her on TikTok and on Instagram. And be sure to look her up there. And it was lovely having you. And we hope to see you back here when things are normal and we can have you on stage and have you do a regular set where people can laugh at all your hilarious stuff live and in person.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot for
Thank
coming.
you.
Okay, take care. Okay, see you soon. So, folks.
So just that
was
we,
it.
it was amazing. I just want to do a little reminder on if you'd like to donate. Here's
Exactly,
the
yes.
PayPal, who Anik just divulged that she worked for. Divulged is probably not a word. But that was so much fun. Everyone was so unique and hilarious. It was a blast. I had a great time.
Yeah, it was. I love when we have like people doing like HP Love Shaft's kind of performance, and then also live music, and having someone like Nick who is just passing through town, who is making her presence felt in the States and stuff. It's really awesome to have her take part too. So, and all those people donated their time tonight. We normally at Go West have a policy of splitting our donations with the performers, but everyone's donating their time so we can raise money for this good cause. So like Simone said, please don't hesitate to click on the PayPal link in the description of the video. And I guess that's it for tonight's show.
What you can do to help comedians to pay it forward, if you like, is to follow them on Instagram. You know, everyone likes a bit more followers. Some good feedback for them, you know.
And a lot of them have like their own PayPal or Venmo or whatever. And I'm sure if you love what they're doing and want to help them along, then they're happy to pass that information along to you if you follow them on Instagram and stuff. So, but Simone and I are always looking at Go West every month, and we're trying to reevaluate the situation to figure out what we're going to do. So stay tuned for more information on what we're going to do for our next show in a few weeks' time over the next couple months, and we will let you know about that on Go West Comedy on Facebook. So follow us there for sure.
There was still a possibility maybe of filming the show and streaming it at the same time as doing it live, because I think there was a comment that could it still be kept online. Some people kind of enjoy the availability of that, so that could be an option. But the price,
and I'd say like
in the live room, sorry.
Yeah, no, to have it both would be awesome. And we always love hearing from you. And if you have any feedback on you want it back live or you want both or whatever, just let us know. And Simone and I always love hearing all that from you folks. So when we figure out what we're doing in these crazy times with the show. So
thanks for all your comments and getting involved. That's what we like. Right.
Indeed. So on that note, we will say our good night, and we're going to put up the information here on how you can donate and where you can follow us on Facebook. And we hope to see you at our next show very soon.
Yay!
Good night. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.